Hi guys, how you doing? Today, or tonight, it's a Saturday night, so rock and roll. I'm going to fit heated grips and spotlights to the V-STROM. I bought these on Amazon, nice and cheap. I think they were about 30 quid. So I'm going to fit them onto the bars that I've already fitted to the bike. Alex and I fitted the bars last night. They're Heed, a Polish company, and they're bloody good. Very sturdy and they fit perfect, absolutely perfect. And the fitting, it wasn't hard at all. It was really really straightforward and easy. So what I'll need to do is get this off and this off and this trim off, so that I've got access to under the fuel tank. Worst case scenario, I'll need to take the other side off as well, but we'll see. I might be able to jiggle it about, because I'll need to take this half of the bars off to get this off, because it is just it's just too tight. So yeah, and getting the side fairings off, it's a pain. I took them off to fit the bars, and you didn't have to. So yeah, and I never had time to fit the spotlights or the heated grips when I done it, so I just built it all back up again so that I could take it out on the road today. So anyway, let's get on with this, and first of all I'll get this off. Now to take this off, it's two 4mm Allen bolts, and there's two little poppers here, or little plastic clips. So if you just get your nail in behind that, and then just pull it like so, it'll come out, and then you can just withdraw it. So it's the same with that side, and two 4mm. So we'll get that off, and then we'll come back. Right, that's all the fasteners out. So once they're out, this will just lift off, and it's held on with the velcro sort of things that fit in there, and obviously the fasteners. So we'll set this aside and get this off. So what I'll do is I'll take the bar off it, and if I take the bar off, that'll allow me to get this off, because there's screws at the back of that as well. If you can see the free silver screws, so I'll need to take them off as well to get all this off. Right, I'll just quickly whip these off if I can find my ratchet. It's up there. There we go. Right, can I just sit that down there? Yeah, that should be okay there. Right, that's the bars out the way, so I can start getting all these off. Right, so fastener here while I'm down here. We'll get this off. Underneath here, underneath this section here, there's four little poppers. So you just want to push the buttons in. I'll show you when I get it off, and then withdraw it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that slides back. You should pull it out. There's one popper fell out. Next one out. What about these ones? That's that one out. And finally this one. Coming out you come. There you go. Right, that's the little poppers out. this little tray, there's a little tray under here, slide it back and pull it out, and there's your little tray. So we'll just set that off to the side, and there's also a screw behind the nose at the front here, and that screws into the fairing. So we want to, oh, and there's another popper under there, I forgot about that one. Popper under there. Right, so there's a popper right under here. So we just want to peel that away, and then we can get to the screw in there. And I can get this out. Now that one's shorter than the three. Right, so that's the front of the fairing disconnected. So now this should just pop off. I think there's a couple of poppers here. Nothing else under there that I can remember. No. Right, push it forward to take it out the hooks. Also there's a little, I'll take this out while it's here, there's a little clip. I'll show you where that goes once I get that off. They fall off easily, so you want to take that off before you actually pull it all apart. Right, now there's also two little tangs on this fairing that go into the radiator, so you want to just push it off the tangs. And there's the little tangs there, and there's little holes or recesses on the back of the fairing here for it. So once you've got that off, this top fairing should just slide down and come away. Like so. So just be gentle with it, because no doubt you'll be able to break these. And there's the two hooks that will hook into the top here. I'll bring you in and let you have a look. Right, just a wee update. These screws on the back that I took out there, they don't have to come out. So don't bother taking them out, because that's just holding on that black trim that goes around the little fairing. So they three screws there, they don't have to come out. So yeah, you learn something new every day. None of us are perfect. Certainly not me. Right, so we'll set that to the side. And there's a bolt here. That'll be 13mm again. No, it's not. That must be 10. 10, 10, 10, 13, 12, 11, 10. Yep. So you want to get this bolt here out. This is a 10mm at the front. And there's that bolt out. Right, and then that frees this off. And this is it's on sticky Velcro things, if I remember right. And a popper. Be a good idea to get the seat off as well. I don't think you need to take the seat off to get this off, but we're going to have to take it off anyway. So there's the back there. You've got a little popper, go in there, and the little Velcros, and there's a little clip at the bottom there which will clip in to here, like so. So set that aside. So I'm just trying to see where I'm going to run this cable in. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to try and manoeuvre that tank, and I think I'll have to take the other side off as well, because that fairing clips into that. So yeah, I don't want to take the tank off because it's bloody heavy and there's a fair bit of fuel in it. So that's how you get the side fairings off. So let's get rid of this seat as well, because we're going to need access in here. Yeah, I'm going to have to move that tank, because I want to make sure all the wiring's neat and tidy. So yeah, right, so that's how you get the fairing off, and the other side is exactly the same. Right, this little black clip here that I was telling you about, when I took that off the first time, that fell out, and I was picking my brains where it was located. I'll show you so you don't pick your brains. That's where it's located. So that'll just sit in there like so, and just push it in, and then that clips into the back of the fairing. In one of these holes, that hole right there, that's what that connects to. So if you take your fairings off and that falls out, that's where it's located. So I'll just quickly whip the other side off. I don't need to film that because it's exactly the same process. Loosen the bars and whip that off. Bit of a pain like, but hey ho. Right, that's me taking this side off. I've slackened all the crash bars as well, so they're all loose, so that I could jiggle things about. Plus I'll need to obviously reset them once the lights are on. So that's all this off. So what I need to do now is loosen the tank up. I don't want to take the tank off. It's heavy and I'm just in here myself. So if I loosen it off, it should let me wiggle it about and feed wires underneath it. I've been giving it a little bit of thought while I've been doing taking the fairings off, and the spotlights come with a switch, this thing here, to turn them on and off. Now I could mount it, I'd obviously need to reverse that bracket. I could mount it there or there, or even maybe I could just mount it under there like that. What do you think? Mount it under there so that it's right under the switch gear. Nah, what I'll do actually is I'll do what my mate John did and just have this under the seat and just leave them on all the time, or if I want to run them with them off, just quickly whip the seat off and turn it off. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Right, what I'll do now is I'll start the run for the wiring, loosen this tank off and see what we've got underneath it, and take it for there. This here, this is my Heltec. It's just a little box, funder box, and that's what I'll be connecting all the ancillaries into. I've already connected my Optimate so that I can charge it when it's not getting used. So while I was fitting that, I just fitted the Heltec box. No point making a video on that, it's putting red on red and black on black. Pretty simple, but I'll explain what it does when I come to wire the lights into it. So let's get this tank off, and they look 10mm. Right, there's just 3 bolts by the look of it. You can't see this, but just the one single fastener at the front, 10mm. and that's it there. That one's got a washer on it. So place that to the side. Right, now this tank should move, and it does. Not a lot of room under there. That's bloody heavy. Right, I think what I'll do is I'll just poke the wires under it. Right, because that tank weighs a ton. Right, let's get the wiring sorted. Right, here's the wiring harness for the spotlights here. It's self-explanatory. First of all, you've got your positive and negative. You would wire that directly onto your battery. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut these terminals off and wire them into the Heltec box. And this one's for your on and off switch, and you've got your two wires here for your lights. So what I'll do is I'll get this in onto the bike and then get the cables ran. I'll snip these off and strip the wires back so that I can connect them directly into the Heltec box. So I'll quickly do that now. Right, that's me stripped these wires back, and they'll go into the Heltec plug. So what I think I'll do is maybe put this box at the back so that it's out the way. The wiring will run down, connect into these terminals, and then run the rest of the way down to the spotlights, or if I can get these coming out under the tank somewhere. And there should be enough wire on the spotlights herself. Yeah, there is. So I can connect into that, so I don't need to worry too much for length, as long as I get the wires coming out near enough at the front, because I'm going to have to put everything back on to mount the bars back up, the fairings back on, and then obviously connect the lights to the bars, find a nice suitable position for them. So what I think I'll do is I'll stick this under here. That's just my little puncture repair kit. Bloody good, that. So yeah, not a lot of room there. There's room under there. There we go. Right, that's where that's going to sit. Right under there, above the backlight. Perfect. Switch will go into there. I can coil the switch up and leave it in there, or have it somewhere handy so I can just pop the seat off and press it when I need to turn it on. And that hole there, that's for a cigarette lighter or an auxiliary socket. You don't get cigarette lighters anymore, and it would be pretty pointless having a cigarette lighter on a motorbike. There you go. So I might put a 12 volt double USB in there, because again I can connect that into the Heltec. So I'll get that tucked away in there, and we'll run these wires. Right, I've got the box tucked away in at the back there. That's the switch, or the lead for the switch. So I've got the cables running under, and these are the spotlight wires. And the positive and negative I've got here. Now I'll connect these into the Heltec box, and before I go any further, I think it would be a good idea to test the lights, because there's no point in wiring it all in and it doesn't work. So the lights, they just fit on. It's just a two pin screw job. So what I'll do is I'll connect the lights up, and we'll connect the funder box up to the lights up to the funder box as well. So I'll quickly do that now, get these plugged in. Right, I've connected all the all the plugs up. You can't really go wrong. There's two arrows, arrow, arrow, plus the plugs can only go in one way because there's a little recess in it there, and same with there. So you just line them up, push them in, obviously screw them, but I'm not going to do that just now because I'll just need to unscrew them again. Right, I've connected everything up including the switch. So for the thunder box, what you want to do is obviously wire it into the battery on the bike. Now this thing's got an intelligent system in it, so that when there's no power going to it, or the system detects that the battery's low, i.e. the engine's not running and it's not charging, it'll kill the circuit. So nobody can come along and turn your heated grips on and turn your lights on and flatten your battery. So it's a good little system. Oxford do a system similar to this, but I've chosen to go for the Heltec option. It's about 3 times the price, but that's just the route that I went down. So I can't say for sure if the Oxford box would work, power and lights and all that as well. I don't see why not, but that's my take on it. Right, so once you've connected your Heltec box to the battery, positive and negative, you're left with these two, and these plugs allow you to add 4 extra circuits to the bike, so you don't need to splice into any ignition lives and all that, because effectively that turns into an ignition live. So we'll just open the little door like so. They're quite fiddly, especially if you've got big fat fingers. So we'll open the little trap door like so, and then we'll feed the wire in and snap it shut, and that's not going anywhere. Green is live and black is your ground, or earth, however you want to call it. So again, I'll open up a door on this, stick it in, close it. Right, now that is all plugged in, and as you can see there, we've got no lights. So if I turn it on, we still don't have any lights because the engine's off. So this isn't going to work. So what we'll do is we'll start the bike up. I don't even think it would work with the ignition on. That's the ignition on. No. Right, we'll start the bike. We'll see how it goes now. There we are, that's the lights on. Off, on. So, if I was to leave them on all the time and have the switch underneath the seat, when I switch the bike off, they should go off in a few seconds, hopefully. Let's see how long they take to go off. There you go. So they'll just stay on for a few seconds. What was that, about 10-15 seconds? And then they'll go off. I know they work now, so I'll disconnect them and I'll continue the cable run to the front of the bike. Off camera, I've mounted one spotlight, and I think it's going to sit there. So I fired it on the bar, and put a little cable tie at the back just to keep the wire tidy, and that one's wired in and working. So we'll get this one done now, and then that should be the bike done for the night. So yeah, now I'm going to stick these little sticky pads on the inside of there, just so that they don't mark the bars, as you can see. So they've got nice rubbery grips, and it will stop them sliding about. So we'll get the we'll get the sticky pads on the inside of this and then get it in, hopefully in the same position as that one. Right, that's the sticky pads in there. So it's just a matter of getting this offered up to there now. How good does that look? Right, we'll stick this over there like that. Get the bolt in. Lovely jubbly. Now, I had that on this side. Need to make sure it doesn't fill the forks, Right, I had that there. So I want to try and get it roughly in the same position. Right. Let's use an accurate measuring device. 2 and a bit fingers. 2 and a bit fingers. Right, that's about there. So I want to tighten this. Tighten it evenly so that it doesn't look shite. Tighten this one. Right. 2 and a bit. 2 and a big bit. Two and a big bit. It might be a wee bit too big. Right, that should do it there. Yep, that looks roughly the same. Right, let's tighten this. Right, tighten that back one. Now if I need to push this fairing out a little bit, it means it needs to go in a bit. It needs to go in a bit. Right, slacken that off again. That would be better if they were further out. They probably would, Right, let's put it further out. It's just trial and error until you get something that looks good and obviously works. I think I'll put them further out so I'm not too close in. About there maybe? Aye, right at the end rather than being there. Aye, that looks better. Right, we'll do that. So I'll adjust the other one. I want to try and get this clamp even. Oh, what's it like in the back? Obviously try and get these lights straight as well. That looks not too bad. Let's tighten that up. Just so it's not too floppy. Yeah, let's look back at it for here. Yeah, I'm going to move that other light. So that looks not too bad. Like I say, it's just a trial and error. Right, let's get this plugged in. I had my torch ready to find the wire. It's up here somewhere. I think that looks better there at the end. What do you think? If I bring you out, what do you think of that? Move that light over there. And bring that over to about there. So it's the same. Yeah, that's about a finger to the bend. That's about a finger to the bend as well. Yeah. Yep, that looks better, definitely. Right. How does that look? That looks not too bad, eh? And you adjust the angle of the lights with this. So you can turn them down. Like so. As you can see, I'm using very accurate measurements here. MOT standards. Right. There we go. That looks not too bad, eh? Not too bad at all. Right, let's get the lights fired up and see what they're like. Right, I'll need to start the engine for this operation. It'll come on in a second. Yeah, that looks awesome. I'll be seen now. So they'll go out in a wee second. It's like follow me home lights. There we go. How cool is that? Right, I'll get the wires all tightened up, and I've got the under tray to refit and the top of the tank cover to refit, and then that's it, all done. Well, you'll need to excuse the mess, but that's the finished result, and it's all buttoned back up and put back together, and it's neat and tidy, as you can see in there. Now when you're doing this, you obviously want to make sure that your wiring for your lights don't foul on anything, and they don't, which is perfect. That wire could be over a little bit, but I'm not going to see that when I'm riding, and it's not going to touch anything. So yeah, a good night's work. Anyway guys, I know this has been a long one, but if you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.